Rural Lifestyle, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick. In Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
Welcome back to the show, and Merry Christmas.
Yes,
we want to tell everybody Merry Christmas. Thanks for spending your year with us. Karen, thank you for spending your year.
It's been great.
It has been a fun year. We're going to do something for New Year's, which is next week, and gosh, beef pinwheels.
Yes, it's an idea for a great New Year's Eve party food, if you will, like an appetizer. So it's a really fun. And one thing is, it uses a pre-cooked product.
Yeah.
Our roast is a pre-cooked product. You buy it in a little package like that, and it's so simple. You just put it in the microwave for about 4 minutes. It heats it up. You can kind of see the steam still coming off of that. All we're going to do is take this beef roast and put it right in a pan where I'm going to actually shred it into, just see how nice and easy it
while you're
falls
shredding,
apart.
I want to talk about prepackaged stuff, and I think the beef industry's done a fabulous job of making stuff easy for consumers to use. You can't only get, beef roast, you get sliced roast beef, you go to your deli counter and you see some of the other beef products, roast and things like that. And other great pre-cooked, you can find ribs now, you can find brisket, meatloaf, you can find all those things. It's really convenient for consumers nowadays.
It is.
To go and pick something up, throw it in the microwave, especially if you're feeding a small group of people. It really works out
this
well.
is an Italian seasoned roast beef, and this would be awesome if you put some pasta on to boil, and threw in some tomato. You could do so much with this and make a really elegant meal. So it's a great product. So you see that shredded up nice and easy, and there's just like virtually no fat on this roast beef, so it's really nice. Next thing I'm gonna do is take a half a cup of shredded Asiago cheese. That's gonna give it some great flavor.
Or
it's gonna kind of
other cheese that
you
may
could
like.
absolutely. You could use a feta. You could use a blue cheese, because anytime we combine aged cheese with beef, you've got that umami, that wonderful fifth taste, wonderful flavors going on, a real savory thing. So that's all you do for that part of it. We're going to set that aside. Very easy. Now the fun part, we're going to take some puff pastry. All right, puff pastry you buy in a box, and it just comes 2 rolls in a box like this. So very simply, first I better flour, just a little bit of flour on my board here. Just make sure we're not going to stick. But all I'm going to do is kind of unfold that puff pastry. All right.
And I want to remind everybody, don't be scared of puff pastry.
No.
I mean, it's one of those deals where you treat it very gingerly, and rightfully so at times, but it's a great add-on to any recipe.
And there's another type of pastry dough called phyllo, or some people call it phyllo, but it is also a very easy to work with, as long as you keep it nice and moist, and you could use that in this recipe instead and reduce the fat level just a little bit. So what we're going to do is just roll out that puff pastry, and then I'm going to take some of this nice beef mixture with that Asiago cheese, and we're just going to put it right along the edge. It's kind of like making a cinnamon roll, if you will. We're just going to kind of
a savory cinnamon roll.
Yes, a savory cinnamon roll, because we're going to roll these up. See, just layered on there like that. Okay. Now I have taken green onions and cut them in half, and then I kind of took and just cut them into thin little strips.
Okay.
We're going to lay those right in there like that. And you can go as heavy or as light. You could even put in red pepper. You could do whatever. Then, just so I make sure that this is going to seal good, I'm just going to take and use a little bit of water on the edge. Just like that. That's kind of going to act like the glue of my product, okay? Then, make sure it's all nice to the edge so we can get complete ones. Then, we're just going to...
sushi.
Beef, it does kind of look like beef sushi, doesn't it?
Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, and you continue to roll. When we come back, we're going to finish rolling these up. We're going to get them sliced. We're going to get them in the oven. Bake them. And
we'll have to try them.
I know. We'll see you in just a minute.
Rural Lifestyle, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick. In Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
Thanks for staying with us through the break. Karen, thank you.
You bet.
We got the first one rolled up.
We did.
Got it cut, laid out on the sheet.
We'll finish this second one.
Got the second one rolled up. There we go. And getting it cut up. We want to remind everybody we're going to preheat our oven to
400 degrees.
400 degrees. This is just so easy.
It is.
And during the commercial break, Kevin and I and you all we got a little sample of the meat and the cheese.
Amazing together.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really good.
Unbelievable.
Really tasty.
Yeah.
And you know, like I was saying earlier, you could put red pepper in these. You could just really fill these up with whatever some of your favorite vegetables are. Or you could probably even use a ground beef product.
That's a good idea.
You know, if you didn't want to use a roast.
You could make it like in a true Italian.
Exactly.
Little spaghetti sauce with a little ground beef.
And just put those a little far enough apart that they're going to be able to spread, because these are going to obviously puff up because they're puff pastry. So, now look pretty.
All right, I'm going to put these in the oven.
All right.
And through the magic of television, we're going to see you right now. Well, we're back right now. How's that?
The magic of television.
The magic of television. We say that all the time, don't we?
Right.
Okay, so we put them in a 400-degree oven.
We did.
Baked for 15 minutes. After 7 minutes, we rotated them.
We did.
And
nice and even.
Oh my gosh, sir.
They smell wonderful, don't they?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Easy to serve.
Yes.
The one thing that we do want to say is the roast package that we got, you could probably make 2 sets of these, probably 24 to 30
This is about
pieces.
half a recipe, right?
About half a recipe, so and this ended up being about 17 pieces, so you could end up with about 34 pieces.
Yeah.
Puff pastry comes with 2 sheets in it, so it works out very well on that.
Yes.
Besides puff pastry, Kevin brought this to our attention. I think it's a great idea, is that you can use other doughs besides just puff pastry.
You know, puff pastry is fun because it kind of grows and it's just a pretty finish, but you could actually make a biscuit dough and spread it out, you know, just roll out a biscuit dough and do the exact same thing. You could use a yeast product too if you wanted just like a little chewier pinwheel. This is a very delicate dough, but any of those would work.
Something else that we kind of talked about is putting maybe like sliced beef down.
Yes.
Something along those lines. You could put multiple different vegetables in there. You know, red peppers, green peppers.
And this had kind of the Italian seasonings, but if you wanted to go with more of a Southwest seasoning, you could do ground beef with chilies, or you know, diced green chilies, or chili cumin, any of those flavors, and it'd be really good. You could use a Colby Jack cheese instead of the Asiago like we used. So, yeah, your imagination.
Exactly.
You could do anything.
And we've got a dipping sauce here, which you could do anything. A salsa would be nice, or something along those lines.
Even a red sauce with the Italian.
A red sauce, that's a great idea. This is simply...
This is actually just a simple mixture of sour cream, a cup of sour cream, half a cup of horseradish, prepared horseradish, which is not horseradish sauce, and then some chopped chives, 2 tablespoons of chives, 2 tablespoons of milk, and just a little bit of white pepper to season, and that's all that sauce is, and it would be an awesome sauce to serve on the side.
Well, as we finish out the year, this is our last show of the year, so we want to tell everybody again, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Have a safe and happy New Year. We also want to make sure that we thank Hy-Vee. They've allowed us to come here every week this year and come and shoot some of these, so we want to make sure that we thank Hy-Vee here in Manhattan. And Karen, thank you so much.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year.
Yes, exactly.
Make some pinwheels.
Beef It's What's for Dinner. Find this.
Yeah, absolutely. This recipe is at beefitswhatsfordinner.com.
We'll see you guys later.